Hey, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us once again. This is Dr. Anissa Short Conversations with Chosen Pen. Now, listen, I could not wait to get this young lady into our studios to talk with her. But, sometimes schedules don't allow for everything to be done on the date you plan. So we decided to do things a little bit sooner so I can get a jump start on allowing her to share more about who she is and to allow you an opportunity to meet her and learn more about her work. But before we get started, I want you to know this month of November is all about entrepreneurship, really, those that are in business. And a lot of times when we think about entrepreneurs, we think about those who have the brick and mortar, right? That only makes sense. But when one decides to become an author, they too have started a business. And many times those who venture out, especially in the self-publishing arena, they may not really know that. They know they have a message, they know they have something they want to share. They they create their masterpiece and they share it with the world, but sometimes they don't know that they truly have become a business. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, in addition to allowing you an opportunity to meet our fantastic guest who you see already, but we're going to go into a little more detail. Before we do that, I want to extend greetings to Dr. Norma McCaulkin. As you see, she's not here because she's back in Africa. There are a lot of exciting things happening in Chosen Pen, and going to Africa is a part of it. We'll be sharing more about her work while she's there now. But in the meantime, I want you to check your calendars for our writers retreat. If you do not follow us on Chosen Pen, on Facebook rather, Chosen Pen Publishing, please do so, because we'll be posting periodically information about our writers retreat, which is planned for February. It's the end of the month. Oh, I just, the dates just slipped my mind, but somewhere around the 22nd of February, we will be headed to Charleston, South Carolina. We're excited about having Jacqueline Thomas. You know, she is a renowned writer, award-winning writer, and she's going to be our workshop facilitator. We're super excited about having her there. You don't want to miss it, and registration is underway at this moment in time. So again, go to Facebook, Chosen Pen Publishing. The information will be there for you. And then, of course, if you can't find it, then just go to chosenpen.com and request the information and we'll send it to you. Be sure to provide your email address and your phone number if you go to our Contact Us segment on the website. That's chosenpen.com. In addition to that, we're headed back to Africa in March. Yes, that is our official look. It's going to become an annual thing. It is an annual thing where we go to Africa. We have a lot of exciting things that happen in that window of time. We're going to be there for approximately 10 days. That's going to be March 21st through the 31st. And we are going to be participating in our literacy campaign by going to the school in Soweto that we have adopted and taking books. If you are an author of children's books, specifically those that are like kindergarten through, I think, the 7th grade, and you want your book to be in a library, in a school in Soweto, South Africa, then let me know. Let us know, because our Books for Africa campaign is underway. So we will have that will be a part of a very significant part, I should say, of our trip in Africa. We also will be participating in a TEDx experience. That's always a part of our itinerary. And then, of course, there will be the cultural experience as well. You will get an opportunity or have an opportunity to see the motherland. So for more information about Africa, go to Facebook, Chosen Pen Publishing, or send us a message from the Contact Us segment on our website, chosenpen.com. So all of that said, that's our public service announcements for today. Let's get started. April, thank you so very much, my friend, my new friend,
Yes,
for saying
friend.
yes to this invitation. Tell the world a little bit about who Miss April Louise is.
Yes, my name is April Mays-Rhodes, but I am known in the literary world as April Louise. I am an author, speaker, national certified counselor, and of course, I am a mother. That is my niche. My niche is on with women who are in the sisterhood of motherhood and our children. That is what I write about. That is who I write to. And I am a product of my product. So each one of my books and my courses, my speaking engagements, I delve into a little bit about myself as well.
Excellent, excellent. So April, one of the things I loved about the opportunity to meet. So let's just be clear, you guys. When I talk about, and I think I've said this, if you've ever heard me speak in person, or even maybe on this platform, I talk about the significance of being in the room, for showing up for opportunities, because you meet people, you become connected to people. And April and I connected because we said yes to an opportunity in Greensboro, North Carolina. So that led to today. That led to today.
Yes.
April, you mentioned that your books are about motherhood. Now, I know that that's kind of a broad statement. You have something specific. There's a very specific message in working with, talking to, coaching, encouraging, inspiring moms. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yes. So the little specific is mom guilt. So I write about mom guilt. If you're a seasoned mom, if you're a fairly new mom, if you're a mom to be, a mother figure, if you're a Medea, somewhere down the line you have experienced mom guilt, and you might not know that you've experienced mom guilt, but you have. And that is what I talk about. I have a book called Mom Guilt, a guide to understanding what it is, why it exists, and how to manage it. And in that book, it talks about mom guilt and talks about strategies of overcoming mom guilt.
That sounds good. So April, before we go any further, let me get your website so I can post it, or how is it that people you would prefer to reach out to you?
It is Life is a Maze, and Maze is spelled MAYS.com. So that's
Okay.
lifeisamaze.com.
Life is a MAYS.
Yes.
Lifeisamaze.com. Okay, I hope I typed this up correctly. Let me make sure I show it. Connect with eight. Is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
you got to put my
ma'am.
glasses on. I'm over 50, so let me look at my glasses. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. So mom guilt, I can only imagine that. Well, I don't have to imagine, because I understand just from relationships with so many women how that happens. A new mom has a precious little baby, 6, 8 weeks in, 12 weeks. Now it's time for her to go back to the market to work. And she
Yes.
has to put the baby in daycare. She's got
Yes.
mom guilt, right? The baby takes his first steps. He says his first words, and she's not there to hear or see it. Someone else has to tell it. Mom has mom guilt, right? The children
Yes.
grow a little older. Now, because of work and things of that nature or other obligations, she can't be there for the baseball game or for the recital and things of that nature. Now she has mom guilt. The baby's sick. You can't take off work to be there with the baby. Now the mom has mom guilt, because
Yes.
although the child is in great care, as a mom, I should be there. Am I touching on a little bit of what you refer
Yes.
to in your books?
Yes, yes. And not just that, but mom guilt has different phases. So as your child grows and go through different phases, then you experience mom guilt on different levels. So even when your child is an adult, you may experience mom guilt. So yes, you are touching on it.
So here's the thing. I would imagine, I think I would have, well, I'm going to just, say that mom guilt probably has been around forever, but even
Yes,
especially when mothers became more outside, once upon a time, mom stayed home. They were
yes,
the domestic engineers of their household. Let's put it that way. So they could be there for everything pertaining to children's activities, school. But then when women became more engaged in the workforce, and then
yes,
of course in the event of death or divorce or just life choices, they're now a single parent. I would
yes.
imagine the level of guilt would have increased. Is that a fair assessment to say, April?
Yes, it is. I experienced my mom guilt mostly through when I became divorced.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time that I was experiencing mom guilt. Some people think of, or she's going through a depression or anxiety, but I just learned like a year and a half ago that everything that I went through was basically mom guilt.
Yeah, that's amazing. How has your work made a difference, or what kind of feedback, I should say, have you received from some of your clients as a result of them working with you?
So yes, so some of my clients didn't even realize that they were going through mom guilt. Or after they read the book, they's like, I think I did have mom guilt when my child was younger. Or
Mhm.
I'm experiencing mom guilt now and I didn't know, I thought it was anxiety. So I've
Mhm.
had a lot of people who have read this book and who have thanked me and contacted me because they didn't even know mom guilt existed.
Mhm. Mm. Interesting. That's interesting. So, you mentioned that you have the books written. We know that, but okay. So let me back up a minute.
Mhm.
When I wrote my first book, my desire was to get this book read. I mean, written, because I knew there was a need for the content, and then that was going to be it. But my publishing mentor said no. um, you're going to write this book and you're going to speak on the topic of this book. And then this is going to possibly lead to other opportunities to speak, if not on the topic of this book, other things that are closely related to the
Mhm.
topics of this book. And I remember so vividly, I said, I don't have time for all of that. I'm just trying to get this book written. Okay. So, so what happens is that most people don't know this. If you truly are mentored and guided, coached properly, when you write a book, you start a business. And
Yes.
as with any business, the level of success, the book itself is not your money maker.
No.
April,
No.
tell them that they may not believe it from me, so you
No.
tell them.
No, let me tell y'all, amazing people out there. Let me tell you. First of all, I didn't even have a clue that I was gonna write a book, and God revealed to me that I was gonna write a book, and then my son confirmed, "Yes, Mom, you're gonna write this book." And then I didn't even know what I was gonna write a book about because I'm in my 50s, and I'm like, I've been through I've been through some stuff out of live life. What am I? I'm educated. I got my degrees. So what am I going to write about? And I just happened to go on Facebook, scrolling on Facebook, and 3 times there was someone on there saying that they had like an epic mom fail. And as I was reading it, I was like, you know what? I've experienced that. I've did that. And then it just came to mom guilt, which mom guilt is that nagging feeling in the back of your head that comes to the forefront that says that mom, you're being a failure. And
Oh
you're
wow.
really not, but it's giving you that impression that you're failing as a mother.
I'm glad
So
you defined that. So we
yes,
were clear about what we
yes, it's
mean.
giving you
Right.
that impression that you're a felon as a mother, but you're not felon as a mother. Um, so I was like, hey, I've experienced that. So I just started writing. So I wrote it, and in my mind, I was like, I'm just gonna write an ebook, just this little book, as they say, write this little ebook. So I wrote the ebook, and then after I wrote the ebook, my son was like, oh no, you're gonna make this into a physical book. So then now I'm making it to a physical book. And then the physical book comes out. And then he said, okay, now you're going to make it into a course. And I'm like, make it into a course. So now, not knowing, I'm having a business because
Imagine
I'm an
that.
author and I'm selling books, and now I have digital courses, and now I'm doing coaching. So now I have coaching packages, I have speaking engagements. So I'm doing all of this. So as an author, I became an entrepreneur, a business owner. So that's how
Right.
the business got
No,
started. So now
exactly.
I have all these different products.
Yes. Yes.
So, yes, just because you're an author, you are a business. You are
Exactly.
marketing yourself as a business. You're a brand. You're marketing your brand and expands off of that one little ebook. And now you have all these products.
Exactly. So, April, one of the things Dr. Norma is a big advocate of, and she preaches this and she teaches this and she encourages people that whatever it is that you do, whether you say you are a licensed therapist, right?
Yes.
So you're taking your skill set, your professional skill set, what you have been educated for or with, or been in the arena for which you've been educated, I should
Mhm.
say. You've written a book on mom guilt, and now your skill set as a therapist, in addition to the book and the content of your book, has evolved into courses, coaching, etc.
Yes.
Dr. Norma says oftentimes, and she said this at a conference that I hosted last year in February, is that everyone should write a signature book, because in writing your signature book, you become an authority in your industry, and it
Yes.
opens doors to other opportunities. But oftentimes what authors will do is they figure when they write this book, I don't know, maybe in their mind's eye they said these books were going to be in the trunk of the car, and everywhere they went people were going to buy them, right? And so they become discouraged, they become displaced and discouraged in their mind about the fact that the books aren't selling like they thought. They
Yes.
figured as soon as they were on Amazon that everybody was just going to swarm to Amazon and buy the book. And then my next statement is that, but people don't know you exist, because after
True.
you talk to your friends and family, etc., most of them don't even read. So if they buy it, they just putting it on the coffee table or in the
Yes.
desk drawer or on the shelf or whatever. um they don't know you exist. So you have to do other things, as any business would, to market yourself. You have to show up in the marketplace. You have to connect like we did in Greensboro
Yes,
for
we
events
did.
like that, that will open up yet another door that then opens another door. And that's what opening and operating and functioning as a business brand looks like. So is it safe to say that any income that you've generated as a result of writing your book came from the speaking, the coaching, the courses, more so than just people actually tangibly buying the book.
Yes, that is safe to say.
Okay,
That
good.
is safe to say. One of my mentors said, "You sell your," and I might not be saying this right, but she said, You don't write your book to sell. You write your book to sell." So
Yes,
basically, the book is the foundation
exactly.
of the coaching and the courses and the speaking engagements.
Exactly, exactly. The book, as we say at Chosen Pen, is your business card. That's what
Yes,
it is. It serves as a business card. You can choose to give the book to someone, and then that results in other opportunities as a result of the gift being given. Or you can have, like we did, vendor tables and things of that
yes,
nature, and afford yourself opportunities if you're like in our cases, our books are written or geared towards women. So we were at a conference that was geared towards women,
yes,
right? And it
yes.
all made sense. It all made sense. So in your journey, April, let's be clear. Being an entrepreneur is not always, sunshine. We also have rain. We have days where we want to not just stay in the bed, but crawl up under it and hide
Yes.
days. So share with me one challenge in your journey that you've had to overcome and where it may have stopped you, but now it's like, I got this.
So my challenge was actually creating my brand and getting my brand out there, because it's been a year ago yesterday. I've been an author. So like I said, I started out with ebooks. I put my little ebook link on Facebook. I got so many Facebook friends, but they got them logarithms, so everybody's not seeing you. Up until like last week, I had somebody say, "Oh, I didn't even know that you had wrote a book," because I was just
Yeah, because posting does not, the
exactly.
algorithms are not your friend unless you go live, really. You need to do some
Exactly.
lives, and
So
they
I
love
thought if
videos.
I went on Facebook, everybody would see. But it wasn't until I found my tribe. So you have to find a tribe.
Oh,
So it wasn't until I found my tribe and started networking and connecting and collaborating and having that support that it was like, okay, social media is the new marketing. Back in the day when we had all these other marketing strategies, that's back in the past. Social media is the new marketing. So when you get on Instagram, you market on Instagram, you market on Facebook, you market on LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube,
exactly.
you do all of this marketing. Look, I was on Instagram. The only reason why I was on Instagram because we was in the pandemic and I wanted to go to D Nice's club COVID and versus battles. Look, transparently, that's how
That's
I got
true,
on
and that's what a
Instagram.
lot of times we use it for. That a lot of times we use it for. I love the fact that you made reference to the importance of using social media, but to do it the appropriate way.
Mhm.
And I'm going to just venture out and guess that you learned the best ways to use social media and marketing your brand and your book because of the tribe you connected to. Is that
Yes.
safe to say?
Yes, it is safe because I didn't know until my tribe was like, girl, you need to get on Instagram and do. And I was like, how do I do that? I didn't
Yeah.
even know how to connect to people. I didn't even know Instagram and Facebook was connected. I really did.
That's okay, April. It's a
I did
learning
not.
curve. I'm glad. I appreciate your transparency. Let me tell you why I say that is because a lot of times we start these journeys on our own, thinking we can do it all. And when you're new to an industry, you have no clue. Even if you were to
Exactly.
read and Google some more, and you would go here and go there, it requires that you be in the space of people who can save you time and money. Let's be clear. They can say, listen, let
True.
me just go ahead and tell you what to do because I took me blah, blah, blah years. And before I figured it out, now I can save you some time and some headache and some heartache to guide you along the way. My next question for you was going to be, what would be one thing you would suggest to someone who's starting a business, whether they're a new author, but specifically that, but you've already answered it. You need to connect with the
Find a
tribe.
tribe.
You got to connect with the tribe because the tribe is your safety net. Your tribe is your safety zone where you can be transparent and say what you don't know because there's always someone in the tribe that can assist you. That's one of the
Yes.
beautiful things about Chosen Pen. Dr. Norma creates an environment with all of our authors. Anyone who chooses to publish with us, we give them step by step. We help them along the way. We just don't take them through the publishing process, but we explain to them the process. So once it's complete, They know, not only know that they have a book that's finished, but they understand the steps that were taken along the way. We talked to them about the importance of marketing and having a web page, a landing page, that
Yes.
type of thing, and being connected, and the speaking engagements. I admit I was one of those resistant ones. I was like, I'm not trying to do all. I'm just trying to write. Can I just write this one book? Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to do all of that other stuff, but inadvertently, that's what you do. And if you don't operate it as a business, you will have a book. You will have some in your trunk or in the bathroom closet or wherever you store them. But that'll be it. You got to work this thing the right way. And having a book is a blessing because it opens doors, but you have to be present and in the rooms necessary for people to know
Yes.
you even exist. What bit of advice, what's anything else you want to share about your journey as an author, or the reward of being an author and seeing it evolve into so many other things? Whatever you want to share.
So my advice is, again, find your tribe. I am connected. I think I have 3 mentors, and with the mentors, who knew they overlap each other, so they know each other and they connected. You and I found each other through a tribe, and you and I are holding each other accountable for our
Mhm.
business is what we need
Right.
to do. So now I consider you my sister, not just my friend, but my sister. So what I would say is find your tribe. Write that book. Do not, one thing about writing a book, you will write it and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite, and then a whole year or two to went out and you still holding on to your little manuscript. Done done is better than perfect. Write
That's
that
true.
book and put it to bed, because you can always do
A second
a second
edition.
a second
Exactly.
edition. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can add on to it and do a second edition and a third edition, but let's just do the first edition for
Can
first
we do the
and get
first
it out there.
edition? Because
Exactly.
y'all heard it. Those people who've been saying to me,
Yes.
I'm gonna write my book, I'm gonna write my book. Would you just get it done already?
Yeah, get it done
Yeah,
and
done is
just
better than
do
perfect. I
it. Done
love
is
that.
better
I
than
love
perfect.
that. So I got your website, lifeisamaze.com.
Yes.
If for those who suffer with mom guilt or who may know someone
Yes.
who's dealing with mom guilt, I would even venture to say that it would be good for any mom to be a woman who might be pregnant
Yes.
right now. Would that be
Yes.
safe to say, April? She's
Yes.
pregnant now. She's expecting her first child, because we already know what women deal with after they have that baby. Then for them to have your book to read so they're prepared or better equipped when they
Yes.
make the transition. Is that a safe
Yes.
assessment?
Because one thing about moms to be is you already have expectations coming from other mothers, and only you know what's best for you and your child.
That's good.
So when you having them expectations and then you can't live up to them expectations that either your
Mhm.
mom or a friend that's a mom or other moms around you, do you start feeling guilty and going into anxiety, and it's not even anxiety, it's mom guilt, because you're
Yeah,
trying to live up to somebody else's expectations.
that's so good.
So yeah, so mom to be, this is a good book for you. For those who are not moms, but you know moms, stick it in the
There
Christmas
we
gift
go.
basket, stick it in the baby shower basket, give it to a mom to be,
Oh,
or an
that's
existing
perfect.
mom. Yes,
Especially baby showers,
yes.
when you go get the pacifiers and the dozens of, you know,
Pampers.
Pampers and bibs and burping cloths and everything, stick their book in there as well. That would be
Yes.
great. That would be great, especially in time for Christmas. So lifeisamaze.com, is that where they can also purchase your book?
Yes. So if you go into lifeisamaze.com now, go into that website and you can get a free copy of the book.
All right, now
Yes.
everybody like free. If it's
Yes.
free, it is for me. How about that? That's it. That's it. So, what's next for you, April? What do you have on your agenda? I just talked about our writers retreat and our Africa trip. What do you have coming up in the next, let's say, 6 months?
So, I have a lot. Look, let me tell you about this journey. I'm gonna go back. I just became an author a year ago, and it has just it's been overwhelming, but it's been a great overwhelming. I am like, I have a calendar. I have to get a calendar for next year because I got things that's already scheduled, and it
Yes.
has just been great. So I'll say in the next 6 months, I am working on a book. Hopefully to have that out soon, like very soon. And um I'm a keynote speaker for the New Year conference that will be January the 1st through the 6th. So that will be coming out. That will be I will have that link on my website as well. And what else? I will soon, in the next couple weeks, I will be on a podcast that is in Abu Dhabi. So no,
All
I
right,
won't be in
Abu
Abu
Dhabi.
Dhabi.
Yes, you
But
will
the host,
virtually.
yes, but the host is in Abu Dhabi and it's her podcast. So I'm about to be internationally
All
known.
right,
Yes.
girl. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. And then soon in the new year, I am also going to have a podcast.
Oh, that's excellent, April.
Yes, I'm
And
going to have a
is it gonna
podcast.
focus around your mom, your whole mom's concept?
So it is going to focus, yes, ma'am. It's going to focus around the whole motherhood concept, but not just motherhood, it's motherhood in our children.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So it will
That's
include our
good.
children as well.
That's good. So you're able to use your professional skill set in another
Yes.
way. I've shared this once before, and I'll make this final statement: is that skills are transferable. Skills are
Yes.
transferable, and people will say, "I can't do that. I'm not into yada yada yada." It's not about that. It's about the skills that you have that can be transferred into another industry in another niche and offer you another stream of income. Let's be clear, right?
Yes.
And open up doors of opportunity for you. So I'm excited about you being in what do you say? Where you going now? Virtually? Do
Abu
you just
Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, right? So listen, the virtual world is just as phenomenal as being
Yes.
in person. It opens up doors, and when people see you, they will see you. Does that make sense? They will,
Yes.
when they see you,
Yes.
they will see you. Your message is not just intended for where you are in North Carolina or just in the United States of America. Moms all around the world need
Yes.
to know how to navigate this thing called guilt that they experience as a result of being a mother. And that's a big responsibility. So we got to be on our A
Yes.
game as
Don't
we
let it
serve
hold
in
you
those
hostage.
capacities. Right. Don't
Yeah,
fall
don't let
victim
it
to
hold you hostage.
anything. Exactly. Thank you again, April, for
You
saying
are
yes to
welcome,
this
my love.
opportunity. Now, for those of you who are watching, we were supposed to be live on the 13th of November, but due to circumstances, we decided to jump in here real quick and go ahead and record this segment. But guess what I'm going to do? Even though I'm live now, or we're live now, I'm going to have this set. So it'll be played again on the 13th. So if you missed it or missed some of it, or you wanted to share this with someone and it was too late to pass it on, you've got time. Just have them follow Chosen Pen Publishing on Facebook or go to our YouTube page, Chosen Pen Publishing. This segment will be played again. So, those moms out there that you know who are dealing with guilt or who might find themselves in that space, they can meet April and learn more about her work, her book, and everything she has to offer for those moms. So, April, again, thank you so very much. And
You're
thank
so
you all
welcome.
again for jumping on Conversations with Chosen Pen. We are always, well, typically, Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow us each and every week. This month of November, we're going to be talking to entrepreneurs from various industries. We've got authors lined up. We've got people who assist authors and others with their branding. So I'm excited about our lineup. We will be on tomorrow with another beautiful face, another awesome guest. And as I said before, April's will be replayed on the 13th, her original scheduled time. And then we will have one following just before Thanksgiving so that you'll have an opportunity to meet yet again another woman who's making a difference in the literary world, making a difference in the lives of others. Thank you so very much again for being a part of Conversations by Chosen Pen. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care.